Hi guys, it's Cindy Leach, your polymer clay tutor, and today's PCT product demo. We are going to be reviewing the Ken Oliver Crafts Best Ever Craft Mat. And this is the extra large table cover, which is 24 by 36 inches. Now, you may have noticed that I have a new backdrop here, and this is the new craft mat. I'll talk about it in a second, but I just wanted to show you the box because this is where all the details are. What this craft mat is, well, this one in particular is an extra large one, which is quite unique. You don't see them that size in the marketplace. But this particular craft mat protects your work surface from heat tools, paints, inks, waxes, polymer clay, glues, sprays, and solvents. And so when I saw the polymer clay part and the sprays and solvent and the size of it, I just had to go get one because I wanted to check it out. Now, you'll see it is the gray surface that I have in the back here underneath my glass mat. I'll bring that back in a second. And it is a really unique mat. It is quite thin, well, quite thick actually, but it's a thin mat. It is flexible. It doesn't wrinkle, so you can scrunch it up and it just lays back flat. It's non-skid, so when it lays down, you're not going to get any wrinkles or anything like that. It also is non-pervious. Oh, hopefully that's the right word. It's impervious. Sorry about that word. To inks and any kind of leaking. It's heat resistant. I believe they said up to 480 degrees, which is really high. So you can use your glue guns and heat guns and all kinds of things with this mat. Now, it's a little different than, it was interesting to start working with because it's different than what I was working with before. Now, this is a Ranger craft mat. I have a review on this mat and a few others already. And you can see that after I started using it over time, there was some little pin marks, little parts where it got dinged up, and anything that I was using on it would leak through those little spots. And this thing here is not going to leak at all. And I'm going to do a demo here in a second of a bunch of different products and how it works on there. But another thing that's really different about it is this surface here is slippery. You can see that. And here it's not, which has its pros and cons. The pro is that, you don't have stuff slipping around on it. It stays nice and firm to your surface. But as working with polymer clay on it, it is very strange. Okay, first of all, I don't know if you can see on the surface here, but there is all kinds of lint and dirt and all kinds of little items. If I try to wipe that off with a paper towel, just a dry one, it doesn't come off because it's kind of sticky, which means, it's not sticky. It repels stuff, but it's got a grip to it. And lint and hairs and everything stick to it real bad. And so if you were to use polymer clay directly on it, even though it is great to set some polymer clay on it because it's not going to leach out, it's not going to stain your surface. If you try rolling some polymer clay on the surface, because this is some sort of lint magnet, it will just pick up every little bit of everything. So I found out quickly after having it on the table, within a day, it was not a good surface for working directly on with polymer clay unless you really love lint and dirt. But it is a fabulous thing to have on your work surface because of all these different reasons. I'm going to test a bunch of things on it. I'm going to put some hot glue on here. I'm going to put some regular white or weld bond glue on here. And some paint. This is acrylic paint. I just want to show you how cool this surface is for all these mixed media items. How about some distress crackle paint? We'll throw a little of that on there. And you can see this, the paints and inks and things, they pool up and bubble up really quickly. They bead up is what I meant to say. This is some gelato pigments. How about some Pinata ink? So you can see that it just sort of sits right on top and doesn't stick to it. I'll even put some spray. This is like one of those mica powder mister type sprays. Here's a Sharpie pen. I'm even going to put some Stays On ink, which is a permanent ink. I'll rubber stamp that right on here, and then I'll dry it with my heat gun just to prove to you how well this mat repels all the kind of products that we are using in the Polymer Clay studio, in the if you're a mixed media artist, that kind of thing. I'm going to dry it right on there. You can see this really is beaded up. It doesn't affect the heat, doesn't affect it. It's really quite cool. So other than that lint thing, it is perfect for polymer clay and all the things we do with it. So I'm going to wipe this up, but I'm going to grab a baby wipe because that's the thing that really works the best on this. This isn't a baby wipe actually, it's one of the Lysol wet wipes. You wouldn't want to use this on your baby. All right, so let's just clean it up. Some of it's dried on there. There's the permanent ink on there. There's the glue. This is turning into one of those flea market demos. But you can see it all just comes right off really clean and works really well. Even the Sharpie markers come off and it won't stain or leave anything. The glue comes right off. So this is how I'm going to be using this mat. I really like it. I like that it'll protect my table. Oh, I don't have time to keep cleaning. I like it that if you were to have even like your kitchen table, a beautiful wooden kitchen table that you wanted to do your projects on, you could lay this mat out and totally protect the surface. And if you had a plastic table, a lot of people work on those, you know, those picnic type tables or the type that you get at Costco with the legs that fold up and down. Sometimes polymer clay will kind of eat at that surface. Acrylic paints stick really bad to those types of surfaces. It's like they bond together. So this type of mat is going to be perfect for protecting the surface. But then if you're going to work on polymer clay, I'd keep this glass mat on the top where you can keep it really dust free by just wiping it off. You can cut on it and everything else. So this is a really neat combination of the two bests of both worlds. So I hope that that was an interesting demo for you, that you learned lots from it. And you can check out these Best Ever Craft Mats online. They're starting to become available in all sorts of places, so check them out. And if you like this video, do let us know. And if you have a product you'd like us to test, if you've got an idea you'd like me to share with everyone, then, and you haven't found it in our many videos yet, then leave a suggestion in the comment section below and we'll see if we can get to that. All right, so we'll see you next time, and bye for now.